Okay, so for this drawing tools practice worksheet inside Adobe Animate, the first thing it wants you to do is create a new layer. The way you do that is by going to your timeline panel and you click on this plus symbol here. That will make a new layer. This drawing worksheet is on the layer called template and it's locked so that you can't accidentally delete it. So I'm going to click the plus and it wants you to change the layer name to flower. Right now it's layer underscore 2, so I'm just going to double click on that and type flower so that I know that I am drawing on the layer flower. Use the brush tool to neatly color the flower on the blank layer. Use the eraser tool to clean up anything outside the lines. So I'm going to get my classic brush tool. You could also use the fluid brush tool if you'd like. And I'm going to zoom in. Control plus is what I'm used to. You could also use the zoom tool. And you choose the brush tool draws using the fill color. So I'm going to use this. Way too big. I'm going to change the brush size. To just go around and color. If you have a closed off shape, you can fill it like that. This is just practicing using some steady hands. I'm using the bracket key to make my brush smaller and bigger. You can use different colors if you want. And you're just going to color in the shape. You can use much more precision and more time to make this look good if you would like. I also, if you want to look, I have my smoothing cranked all the way up. Let's see. I'm going to skip ahead so that you're not watching me do all this. I could use some shapes to help me do the rest. So I could use the rectangle tool. Turn this stroke off and I could use the oval tool. That's one way you could do it, or just stick with the brush. Paint bucket. And I would use that to draw an organic closed shape with the brush tool and fill it with color using the paint bucket tool. A similar idea to what we were doing with the flower. So you're going to draw a shape. Create a rectangle on top of an ellipse. So I'm going to draw the ellipse. And make a new layer. take a rectangle. I'm going to change the color so you can tell the difference. Something as simple as that will do. Create a circle with a red fill color and black 5-point stroke. So I need the oval tool. I need the fill to be red. Stroke is black. Hold Shift to make a circle. And that is not 5 points, so I double clicked it to select it, and I'm just going to type 5 into stroke on the properties panel. So now I have a circle with a red fill and a 5-point. Create a rounded rectangle with a green dashed stroke and no fill. Rectangle primitive tool will give me rounded. I need no fill, so I'm going to select the fill color and hit the no symbol there. I need green and I need dashed. I want all of the rounded corners to be the same, about 45, and there we go. Remember, I can go back with the selection tool and click one of these anchor points and change the rounded feature. And create any shape. Set fill color for a gradient that blends from blue to green. We have not used gradients yet, so let's see. I'm going to use the oval tool, and I'm going to click and drag to make an oval. We need a gradient, so I'm going to start with the gradients that are along the bottom of the fill here. You can choose a linear gradient or a radial gradient. I'm going to choose a linear gradient. The way you change this is a little tricky. It's not like the other ones. I'm going to turn off the stroke here so you can just focus on the gradient. In the color panel, it looks like a little artist palette. It's right here on the upper right hand corner. If you click on that, you get more options for your gradient. You have, these are called color stops. If you double click one, you can select one of these pre-made swatches, or double click it and you can get the color picker if you'd prefer to do it that way. You can add colors by putting your mouse in between the color stops. The mouse then turns to a plus symbol and you can add colors. You can also say I don't like that and click the color swatch, color stop, and drag it off of there. So we need blue to green. Blue to green. That is how you add a gradient. I'm going to fit this in the window. And then after this organic shape is added, I would upload it to Canvas. Good job.